Today in this video, I want to talk about grow tents and ventilation. And the goal of this video is to kind of educate those of you who are beginners into the hobby. Now, some people outside of the hobby who don't care about growing anything or not gardeners, they think grow tents are for concealment. And grow tents, in some cases, might be for concealment, but mainly they're for controlling an environment, for temperature and humidity and airflow. So in order to grow certain plants, they require a certain humidity, some require a certain temperature to grow their best, or to grow at all, depending on how cold or hot your house is. They're also for airflow, and in order to get the proper airflow, you want to use the proper type of ventilation. And I want to talk about what type of ventilation you need for your situation. Now, you could use a regular fan like this one here. This was just a cheap desktop fan you can get from Walmart or Target. Any kind of store really is going to carry you like these cheap little fans, especially during the springtime. I took off the base of this. This can literally just set right on top of the grow tent. You can turn it on and you're going to get a lower high flow air movement in the tent. So that will work just fine. You're not going to be able to really dial in that control for your humidity and temperature, but you're going to get the ventilation. And that was the other thing I wanted to mention, is that airflow in a grow tent is important because it's not just for controlling your humidity and temperature, it's also for bringing in fresh air to the plants. Plants breathe. They need carbon dioxide to grow, and if you just have it in an enclosed room and there's no airflow, they're going to be using up a lot of that CO2. So you're going to airflow for that purpose, and also so that your plants can be healthier, because if bacteria and spores and fungus, if it settles on the leaves, there's a higher chance that your plant can become infected. So the airflow keeps that off of the leaves, if you will. You also want to use airflow like a fan blowing on your plant, just to help strengthen their stems and everything, but that's also for the same purpose of keeping them healthy. So you could just use a fan like that, but you may also have a situation where you want to ventilate that air into a different area, or outside your house, or just outside of the grow room that you have. And in that case, you can just get a regular duct fan, a cheap duct fan, and it's going to move that air. However, you might have a situation where you might have an air-cooled grow light, like an HID hood grow light. And if you are using something like that, you're probably also going to be using something like this. This is a carbon filter, and this is serving two functions. This is filtering the air that's going through that air-cooled light, so you don't get dust buildup and reduce your light output. It's also filtering out odors. So if you're using something like this, a regular duct fan isn't really going to have a very high static pressure, so you're going to get really low airflow. In some cases, you might be able to get like a really strong duct fan, depending on what you buy, but in a lot of cases, you're going to need more pressure to pull air through this. So in order to do that, you're going to need a different type of duct fan, and this right here is a AC Infinity inline duct fan. I just got this. I really like it. There's a video I did on this. You can click the card right here if you want to watch that. But this has a high static pressure, and that basically means it can pull air or force air through anything that has a higher resistance to it. So you can basically put this anywhere. You can set it on top of your grow tent. You can put it somewhere in a different room. You can put it inside your grow tent. There's many different places you can mount it. And it's also very quiet. So this is going to be able to pull air in a larger volume as well. So even if you're not using an air filter, you might have a large volume of air if you have a large grow room, and you're going to need to have a lot more airflow. And this is going to have a lot more airflow than your regular Walmart desktop fan is right here. So this would be good to use for situations like that. And with this one, this has a control panel that you plug this into, and that control panel will actually control up to 2 of these fans. So if you have a very large room, you need more airflow, you can get 2 of these and one panel can control it. Also, what I really didn't mention as well is that the grow tent is also for reflecting the light back onto the plants. That's one of the main benefits of it, is that you have reflective walls inside that grow tent, and it's reflecting that light back onto the plants. So if you imagine how much wasted light is just going out into the room, out and hitting your walls, onto the floor, not getting onto your plants, it's wasted energy. It's not a heck of a lot, but every little bit helps. I mean, you wouldn't take like a milk carton and then take a 5-gallon bucket of water and then dump it over top of that milk carton and try to fill it up, because you're going to spill it all over the floor. You're just wasting it. So it's a similar concept. So you want to make most use of your energy that's going into your light and getting it into your plants. That's the other main thing for a grow tent. So I hope that helps everyone make a decision on whether they need a grow tent and what type of ventilation they use or need to use. And we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.